Good morning to all. Last class I thought about the measuring time calculation. Now I am going to teach about problems in measuring time calculation. See the problem. What is the measuring time to turn the dimension given in figure? This is the diagram. The material is brass. The cutting speed with HSS tool being 60 meter per minute and feed is 7.5 mm per revolution and depth of cut is how much? 3 mm per pass. This is the question. Here, this is the figure. This is all dimension are in mm. See, first see the given data. See the given data. Cutting speed is equal to how much? 60 meter per minute. Cutting speed equal to how much? 60 meter per minute. Next, feed equal to how much? Feed equal to 7.5 mm per revolution. Next is what? Depth of cut. Depth of cut equal to how much? 3 mm per pass. Is depth of cut equal to how much? 3 mm per pass. Next, we find what? Measuring time calculation to turning. Measuring time to calculation to turning. See, there are two process steps. Step 1 is what? Turning from 60 mm pi to 40 mm and length is how much? 95 mm long. Here, see, 60 mm pi, how much? Length is how much? Length is 95 mm. Here, 60 to how much? 60 to 40. Length is how much? 60 to 40. Length equal to how much? 40 plus 55 equal to 95 mm. 95 mm long. Next is what? Number of passes. Number of passes equal to how much? Capital D minus small d divided by 2 into depth of cut is the formula to calculate the number of passes. Here capital D equal to how much? Capital D equal to how much? This to this much. So 60. Next minus small d. Small d equal to how much? 40. So 60 minus 40 divided by 2 into depth of cut. Depth of cut equal to how much? Depth of cut equal to 3 mm per pass. So into 3. How much? Substitute time 3.33. If we say as the 4. Number of passes equal to 4. Next is what? We find the speed. N1 equal to 1000 is divided by pi d1 is the formula. Here 1000 into S equal to cutting speed. Cutting speed equal to 60 divided by pi into diameter 1. Diameter 1 equal to 60. Substitute time how much? 318.3 RPM. N1 equal to 318.3 RPM is the N1. Next we find out T1. Time required for T1. T1 equal to L divided by F into N is the formula into number of passes. Here L1 equal to how much? Length. Length equal to how much? 40 plus 55. So 95 divided by feed. Feed equal to how much? Feed equal to 7.5 mm per revolution. Divided by 7.5 into N1. N1 equal to how much? N1 equal to 318.3 RPM. Into number of passes. Number of passes equal to here 4. Number of passes equal to 4. Substitute time how much? 0.159 minute is the answer for the T1. Time required for turning 60 to 40 and length is 95. Time is what? 0.159 minutes. Next one is what? Step 2. Step 2 was what? 40 to 30. Length is how much? 55. Turning from 40 mm pi to 30 mm and length is how much? Length is 55. Here number of passes is formula is what? Capital D minus small d divided by 2 into depth of cut. Here capital D equal to how much? This to this much equal to capital D equal to 40. Next small d this to this much is 30. So 40 minus 30 divided by 2 into depth of cut. Depth of cut equal to how much? Depth of cut equal to 3. Substituting how much? 1.66 we say as 2. Next is what? We find the N2 speed. 1000 is divided by pi d2 same formula. So here S equal to how much? Cutting speed equal to 60. 60 divided by pi into 40. Substituting how much? 477.46 RPM is what? N2. Next we find what? T2. T2 equal to L2 divided by F into N into number of passes. Next word, L length equal to how much? This to this much. How much? 55 divided by F. Feed equal to how much? Feed equal to 7.5 mm. Next is what? N2. N2 equal to we find 477.46 RPM into 2. Substituting how much? 0.0307 minute. Next we find the T1 and T2. Next we find our total time for T equal to T1 plus T2. Total time how much? T1 equal to how much? 0.159 plus T2 0.0307. Adding time how much? 0.1897 minute is the answer for this problem. I summarized today's problem. See, this is we calculating the time for turning. Here there are two operation. First one is about 60 to 40, length is 95. We calculate n and t. T is the final. L divided by f into n into number of passes. Next we find the step 2. Step 2 are 40 to 30, length is 55. We find the n2 value. Next we find the t2 value. Total we calculated the t1 and t2. Substitute time answer 0.1897 minute. Next class I will teach about next problem. Thank you.